All right. Poetry by Jamie Jones. How's it
Yes,
going?
sir. I'm good. I'm good. Feeling a lot of love today. All over. Had my nephews from earlier, so let's do this.
Man, that's what it is, man. So, this is our first time working, and I think a lot of people might not know who you are. Can you kind of, let them know who you are, where you're from?
Okay. I go by Poetry by Jamie Jones. I grew up in LA. Um, uh, the 40s area, dark side, preferably. Went to Menlo, Fauché, Manual, ran track, played football. Um, Won a couple medals. Crenshaw and Dorsey always took over all those sports stuff. Good times though, very competitive. They're in Manual. Every time they see Manual, they just laughed at us. Um, but still toilet pride.
You mentioned growing up in the 40s, the dark side.
Uh
So,
huh.
did you know 4 Extra growing up?
Hell yeah, and I know him, his peoples. I mean, I know.
But you didn't get in the streets yourself.
Yeah, I'm a little hybrid.
Oh, okay. You're from the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I just go by Poetry by Jamie Jones because that's my development. That's who I am now. Everything about me is poetic. Um, how I first got into poetry was a journal, and the art of it, the art of it was basically a secret. I would just vent in this book, and then a person I used to live with seen it, and when the person said that when they seen this book of mine, it's my journal of mine, that they would sell it if I don't sell it. And from there, I've been writing poetry ever since. I've been doing open mic poetry ever since. But before then, I was in the military for 7.5 years. Great time in my life. And when I say great time, great time. Um, so, what else? Well, where else was we? The question was going.
Well, you talked about knowing 4 Extra and being from the 40s.
Oh
So,
yeah, faux extras. Who don't know faux extras? Being from the hood, you gonna know faux extras. You gonna know certain names. You know, faux extras is definitely one of them names. Free TK, Free TK. That's like my role model. Um, Growing up from that area, so definitely Free TK.
so what was it like for you? How did you end up getting in the streets?
Money, money, really. Money is the truth to the root of everything that I've always done. Um, and then being around other people getting money, seeing people getting money, you want it. And then when you go home hungry, um, when you go home hungry and stuff like that, you go back outside, you see people outside with stuff, and then they looking good. And you know, my mom was a single parent, um, so it was rough. I mean, it was rough just like any other person that had to grow up in LA, Watts, Compton, uh, any ghetto. It was rough, and for me, it was always about money. And then one thing to another, uh, to that leads to jobs. I had a lot of LA youth jobs from when I was 13. No, 15. They start at 15 to 17. So every year, I had a job with LAUSD for the summer. Um, but as far as growing up in the hood, sure, you have to have a backbone. Have a backbone. Be smart. Think on your toes, cause shit happens very fast. Shit happens very fast, and you get caught up in some shit. That's some shit you got to do. I mean, you're caught up in, and unfortunately, some people do, some people don't, and I just stay focused on good things. So
You definitely seem like you've kept yourself busy to where you didn't spend a lot of time in the streets
Oh
getting in
man,
trouble.
that's not easy at all. That's not easy at all. I say reading as a youth. I mean, not just talking about just doing homework or going to work. Like actually finding books. Like what really helped me growing up was the Holy Bible. I used to always, everywhere when people used to ask me when I was young, who was my role model, I always used to say Jesus Christ, because that was the only spirit being things that I really knew that was positive. Anything other than that was like, you're a warrior,
What
basically.
was going to school like, being from the 40s? I mean, did you go to a Crip school or a blood
Yeah, I
school?
went to Crip school. So the 30s is Fauché. That's junior high. You gonna have your people that come in and out, transfers, and then you got your bold people. You got your bold people that will say where they from, and then you got some people that's gonna you gonna know where they from their cousins and stuff like that, and then situations like that, like phone calls, word of mouth. Shit, schools get surrounded fast. It doesn't matter what school you go into. It doesn't matter. Well, growing up, didn't matter what school you was going to. That's how it was going. Shit, you was going to lock. Where you think you was going? The projects is right over there, but I didn't go to none of those schools. I went to Manual. Shoot, being a sports player, shit, running track, I had to always be active, and then transition into the streets. If you don't know how to think fast on your feet, you're gonna get them handcuffs real quick. Cases gonna be on you, then you're gonna be in the system. Then once you're in the system, that's a whole different story. Cause unfortunately I wasn't caught up in shit like that. Cause like I said, you gotta think on your feet fast as far as that. And most importantly, when you go to any school, if you gang banging, know what you're representing. Because any point in time, you already know it doesn't matter if you're going to school or not, your life is at risk at all times. As a gang member, youth, young, older, it doesn't matter, because some people carry that factor in their heart so hard that it's it's so hard in their heart that it's generation curses. That goes back to how much pain is in the streets. So it's like I said, you go to any school, all it's gonna be is word of mouth, a couple phone calls, and then any school is surrounded, and then your face, your name, everybody know who you are. So, however you handle the situation is gonna be your reputation.
How hard was it for you playing sports and
Very,
trying to do the
very.
good thing? But you're from the 40s, so
It's still
I
hard.
mean,
Reason why?
at any time, you know what I'm saying, you could be, you know what I'm saying, racing track, because I'm sure you guys go to other
Yeah,
schools where you got to see probably some
yeah.
enemies.
You gonna always see enemies there. You gonna always see enemies, and then homies are gonna pop up. Homies never just gonna leave you hanging. If you're a real one factor, homies is never gonna leave you hanging. Now that's where it goes into where character, how you carry yourself, what are you doing? Are you a macho man? Are you super Crip? Are you a super blood? Um, when I was in high school, this is what I was saying. Extracurricular activities of like reading books, laws of attraction. This whatever you do is gonna come back to you. And so if you want to keep on doing dirt, it's gonna catch up to you. If you want to keep on doing good, you get blessed for it. But either or, shit, it's gonna be hard for anybody that want to be a gang member. Even as recent as I know now. Like I did security for a school in Long Beach. Couple students is getting into it with each other, and it's like They're both Hispanic from Long Beach. They're both from Hispanic from Long Beach, and they dissed each other hoods. And then, like I said, it doesn't matter what school you go to, this motherfucker gonna be surrounded. I'm a security guard at this school. At the day, I'm talking about the day of, I didn't really get too much information about what was going on until I had to go outside and see this boy getting jumped by grown-ass men's kids his age, and coming out. I'm coming out to school. Oh, God in heaven. All I see is big motherfuckers just attacking this little ass kid. I mean, but he's banging. And he's pushing his line hard like a real active member. So I get in front of him, move people back. I see a big ass knife come out. I just grabbed the boy and just put him in the rescue. And he lost his finger that day, but he thanked me for his life.
Damn, so when they stabbed him, they cut off his finger?
They tried to stab him. So, sidewalk right here, place right here, school right here. He's in the middle of the street. They're coming from back here. He's walking towards them. Cars coming out of nowhere. I'm telling you, cars coming out of nowhere. As soon as I come out the gate, cars coming out of nowhere. And I'm the only security guard at the time there. God in heaven, shit, like I said, you gotta think on your feet. He's by himself, going across the street, pushing his line, doing what he doing, and then the other side coming. They deep, 3 cars deep. Like I said, once he's on the floor, after I'm pushing people off and things like that, they don't want me, they want him. I see a knife, I just grab him. His finger wind up getting slashed. In the mix of all that, his finger is gone. I'm just trying to save the little boy's life. So it's like, this is what I'm saying, that you could bring shit upon yourself. This is a situation I'm talking about that he brought this shit upon himself. He's banging at school. So he lost his finger. I saved his life. And like I said, he thanked me. That's the most recent shit. That's the most recent shit that done happen. And like I said, I got respect from all the students after that. Even the ones that called themselves active. And seeing the youth now, how they are active, it's wild. It's stupid wild. Like it's so wild that crime already didn't make sense. Now it's at a point where just be ready for stupidness. And it's sad to say, but that's the truth. I mean, you got to be ready for stupidness. And however you deal with it, it's your reputation. So.
What are some things that you've seen growing up? Like, what's like the wildest situation you've seen in the 40s?
My friends getting killed in front of me, in front of my house, getting shot. And after that shit, just trying to do better.
Okay, so you're growing up, but you're staying busy. You're doing a lot of sports. Did you graduate?
Hell yeah, I graduated with a 2.5. I mean, the reason why, because shit, I did do my thing. I ditched. I had went to parties and stuff like that. I mean, it comes with its perks too. Like, it's not all boring, stuff like that. You get girls easy. That's why a lot of people used to gangbang, because they get girls easy. Me, was always about money. I like money. So money brings different type of troubles. Like, type of troubles that bring is real heat. Grown man heat at a young man age. So you got grown ass men that need to pay bills. Then here your young ass come talking about you need to pay some bills. You stepping on toes. So Yeah. Um, I mean, it's like it's like anything that goes in the streets. You got your hustlers, you got your killers, you got everything. But then what you want to make out of it is really how I see it.
Okay, I see right here. You got LAUSD.
Youth jobs. I was doing that from 15 to 17,
Okay.
only on summers. So on King, there's a garden. There's a garden. I built that garden with the LAUSD program. Now they got farm markets over there too, next to the Coliseum. Growing up right there, for sure, it was nothing but Crips in and out of there. And then it was wild ass. So parties get shot up and fought, normal shit. But funny shit be internal shit like baby mama issues. Baby mama issues is a different fucking funny issues. And like when motherfuckers go through baby mama issues, it be funny.
After high school, do you get a job? What do you do with yourself?
So after high school, 18, I had to make a grown up decision. Um, Either continue hustle or take the hard route and do something good and actually work and be secure. And then I applied to a lot of fucking jobs. I, with the county office. They was forcing my ass to get jobs. I had to put in applications every single month. I applied to a lot of local jobs, and then nothing worked out for me but security. And security was doing cool. I was able to do 2 jobs, and then I was making some cool amount of money because I was smart. I wasn't telling everybody my business. But then I started missing my homies and stuff, and everybody started getting into music, and I started going to the film school. When I went to the film school, that's when I started getting back into the light a little bit because everybody else is moving in a different direction now, and this is after so 2010. I was still in high school. They had the biggest raid when they arrested 110 gang members. That was the biggest raid in LA. They was arresting everybody. You seen police everywhere early in the morning. And then being
Just
from
from your hood or just from everywhere?
everywhere. I mean, I'm being from the hood normally. Fun fact. I lived on 800. So fun fact, you never knew whose shit was gonna be raided. But this lady, she used to always get her shit raided because she used to never want to. She used to never want to confide with the federal laws back then when it came to weed. So they used to always come to her house and take her plants. So like people's shit used to always get raided around there. You used to never know whose house was gonna get raided. But on the 800 block, everybody know what I'm talking about. Everybody know what I'm talking about. Like, me, I'm cool. I'm cool. Like I said, everything about me is money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I mean, shout out to what's that, DJ Quick? I mean, shit, because it's still living. That's still the street life now. If you ain't out there making no money, shit, you doing? I mean, that's the realest shit I could ever say. The fuck is you doing out there?
Okay. You're doing it at some point, you go to the military.
So yeah, 19, I joined the military at 20. 19, I'm going through job, school. I'm doing security. And got some homies buzzing, but then I want to do my own thing. So this is where it goes into hustler mindset. Gonna do with my life. Free TK. He, like I said, was my role model. Wind up getting locked up for what he's locked up for. Free him. I miss him every day. Miss him every day because that was my brother. And then like I know his kins, everything. He wound up getting locked up and opened up my eyes to what was really going on the next chapter of the streets. So I chose to, a coincidence. I didn't have my ID at the time. On my right hand of God, I looked in the back of the DMV book. It's a recruiter's number for the military. I told myself if I couldn't make it in the military, I couldn't make it nowhere. Then I didn't look back. Did 7.5 years. While everybody else was catching cases, I was serving our country. So, like I said, great times. Never regret it. That's how I'm still here. That's how I'm still able to do great shit. And I still continue to do great shit. It's just, I'm a hustler, so, hey, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
What's it like for you in there? Because this got to be a pretty big change. You know, you're on the streets. You know, you're probably doing what you want to do.
Still rough.
You know,
Still rough. So when they say, yes, discipline, I definitely heard you on that. When they say that is the most stressful job you will ever have, it is. It is.
The military?
Hell yeah. Which one? Man, anybody could Google what's the most stressful job. The military is always going to pop up. Military, paramedics, and law enforcement. Always. And the reason why is because you're on a set salary and you're controlled. That's the easiest way to say it. And the reason why I say controlled is because you gotta be smart. Yes, you got free will, but you're on this damn contract. And a lot of people don't read their contracts. So you get a dishonorable discharge, that's worse than a felony.
You're in the military, do you get to travel?
Hell yeah. My first duty station was El Paso. That's what made me to travel to Albuquerque, and I was big with EDM then. So I had like an EDM family then. We used to go to Colorado, come out here in San Bernardino, all the rave tours while I was in El Paso, and then that was after my first deployment though, because as soon as I got out of basic training, I got deployed, came back. That's when I started doing all that traveling over there, and then we had to do NTC, and then what side of the country I went to? More like the Florida side. And then partied, then went to South Korea. Went to South Korea, partied out there, and shout out to you boys on Thursdays. They know what's going on. But fun times. Like I said, it's stressful. Reason why? Because you're always pushed to be better in the military. Always. Is nothing like it, like being around a grip of gorillas that just want you to be better. Now the worst thing for me, because I'm short, a big ass rucksack on my back that they say minimum, because I was in a combat MOS, minimum of like 50 to 75 pounds, and some sergeants will grab your scale, put your bag on there and see the weight. Got caught doing, not making the weight in there. Yeah, you had extracurricular activities too. But the whole point of Ruck March is that's where everybody little pride is, because we got all that fucking shit on our back, all our gear, walking for miles, chanting. And then my ass is short. Got to keep up with 5, 7, and 6 feet. People always talking about move it, move it, move it. Like, that ain't fair. But even in the military, I was vocal like this too. Like, there's times where you can speak up, and there's times where you need to shut the fuck up. And the times where you speak up is when they ask you to. And if you don't be honest when they ask you to, you're not gonna get anywhere with them. Speaking of like leadership, because leadership do listen. They do listen, because like I said, you're around nothing but people that's want to be better all the damn time. So if you always looking at it, I'm speaking of myself as a soldier right now. If you're always looking at it like, oh, he's an asshole, he's an asshole, he's an asshole, you're the asshole for not figuring out why he's an asshole. And I'm speaking to all soldiers that's in the military right now. That, I mean, if you're gonna make it far, you're gonna know why he's an asshole, why she's an asshole. But that's the life, sure, to make everybody better.
And what are you working on now?
Right now, I'm in the LA Film School. I'm in the audio production program. 5 months in, so I got some more time to go. I'm gonna get my associate's program, so it's gonna mean a lot to me once I graduate.
Okay. Now, what's that like? You know, you want to work on audio?
I already been in audio, and already in high school, I took film. So it's like, right now with my boys, we got GTA going, and we got our own little crew going called the Rich Boys and everything. And we're a family-based everything.
You ever got into rapping?
I tried it, but I felt like I sucked. So I stick to more like open mic, because I got more good feedback, especially when I say this poem sexy. Like every time like people, I get good feedback. So like females be in their own world and men be in their own world. And when I'm listening and gotta recite it, it's funny because I gotta stay focused. And it's interaction, and people love interaction. People like anything about your work. If you got interaction, you making somebody feel good on stage. Now, if you just somebody just looking at you, boo, like you feel awkward. But as far as rapping, I tried it, and then like I went back and around the area. They like listen to Tupac and stuff like that because of who I am and what I speak on. I speak on good things, healthy things, inspirational things. If iron can't sharpen iron around me, then I'm gonna feel like there's a snake in the grass somewhere. Cause it's like, what the fuck? Like, shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it goes back to gangbanging. Like, fuck do you over here for it? Like, if you're gonna risk your life for something, get paid for it. That's just my view. Like, if you're gonna risk your life, get paid for it. So I escalated to the military too. Got paid for it, got an honorable discharge, still getting paid for it. So get paid. I mean, like,
do you recommend guys going into the military?
Yes. Only if you're mature. Because you go in there looking for benefits and shit like that, you got to do this shit every single day. I never been to jail, but listening to guys' stories, as a soldier, I'd rather be deployed than be stateside. Reason why? Because stateside is very political. You got to be very soldier versus when you're deployed. Is more soldier like more free. Like you don't have freedom in the sense you could leave and go home, but as far as the camaraderie, it's less bullshit, more getting to work, everything's going on, everybody's on their toe, like full metal jacket like type stuff.
Okay, that's what it is, man. Well, is there anything else you want to promote or shout out before we get out of here?
Oh, shoot. My book, My first book, Pray, and my second book, Own Your Lane, and then I have a romance book that I'm trying to turn into a movie called shit, I forgot the thing of romance book. But I have 3 books. It's all on Amazon. You can check on my Instagram. Poetry by Jamie Jones. I got all my competition on there. I got free stuff for you to read on there too. So like I said, I'm all about a hustle. So I do not only audio, but I do acting as well. So me and my be stay in tune for me and my nephew for more content. We about to definitely take over on the acting game.
All right, that's what it is, man. Well, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right, bro. Thanks. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.